Searching ghost towns round another bend. Tanks half empty, but I'm rolling, chasing dreams I'll never know. In this hard land, I've been searching for a place to call my own.
Is that song not a banger? I love that song. I don't know how it came on so perfect. The Fresno, Nevada theme song as we begin our Fresno February, doing some solo play, solo game design in my imaginary town of Fresno, Nevada. The campaign setting for everything I've written that wasn't Wretched. But yeah, all the Goblin books, Fresno, Nevada. Vigilantes for Shadowdark, Fresno, Nevada. My fantasy campaign that I'm running now online, Fresno, Nevada. It is the core world of my game. It's my Freeport. It's my slumbering czar. So tonight I thought we'd start messing around with it. We're going to use the Shadowdark solo generation rules. They become very highly recommended, and you know I'm doing all mostly Shadowdark stuff anyways. And they're relatively easy to work through. There's a lot of other random world building generation stuff out there. I know the Basic Expert's working on one. I know there's a lot of other ones, but this is the one I had that's easy to go through. I mean, I've also got Worlds Without Number, but that's way too complicated for this format. So we're just going to go down the line and design each district. And here we go. So we know that Fresno is a decent sized city. I mean, it's as big as it needs to be to tell the stories I need to tell, you need to tell in Fresno. So Fresno needs to be a small little old west town with only 4 or 5 buildings. That's it. If it needs to be a grand sprawling megaplex to tell superhero stories, that's how big it is. As you know, Fresno, Nevada is loosely based upon the real world town of Ely, Nevada. Why did I pick Ely, Nevada? Well, it's Ely, Nevada and Eureka, Nevada and Virginia City, Nevada. Mostly Ely and Virginia City. But I picked Ely, Nevada when I was originally doing this and just randomly decided that the name of the town was Fresno, Nevada, as you may or may not know, is because when I was researching towns, Ely had an abandoned aircraft field. And I thought that was interesting, that it had an abandoned aircraft field. And I wanted our town to, that sort of fit into my town idea that I was building in my head. So it has a seldom used private airfield, plus a rich history in mining. So I thought it was perfect, and it's like one of the towns in Nevada nobody's ever heard of. So it just sort of became the cornerstone. It's also heavily influenced by Virginia City, Nevada. But yeah, it's a town somewhere in Nevada. So we know it's a pretty decent town, a size town. So we look at this, we've got, village. We're not a village. Based upon the story, it varies between town and city. So we'll just say it's a city. So according to this, we're not going to do where we roll the dice on the piece of paper, and that's the shape of the town. We're just going to go by starting with the slums, and that'll be what we design today. Each district has 1d4 main points of interest. So what we're going to do is roll a d4. We're using the random dice generator on rolladie.net because that's the one I always use. 1 4-sided dice and stop. So the slums has 1 area of interest. Well, this will be interesting. This will be a short gun. So then we go down to slums and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are the points of interest: CD Flophouse, Poor Tavern, Criminal Safe House, Poor Shop, Witch and Warlocks Hovel. 1d4 doesn't seem like enough. We might want to move that up to d6 points of interest, I think. So let's just, d6 points of interest, I think, instead of d4 mix. I mean, we still might only get 1, but 2. Yeah. So we're writing this down in our 1d6 points of interest. We've got a little Word document up. I'll post this all online when it's finished. Area 1, slums 1. So we're doing them in order, and then we'll just, once we have the complete order, we'll jigsaw puzzle it together for the best fit. Since we don't really have an official map of Fresno, there is a map online of Ely, Nevada, but yeah. So the slums has 2 areas of interest, and we move down here to this one. We're gonna roll a d6, same site, blah 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 blah. Roll a d6. We get number 6. Number 6 is a witch and warlock hovel. And our second is number 1. Number 1 is a seedy flophouse. So our poor section of town has 2 areas of interest. Interest number 1 is witch and warlock hovel. Writing that down on the and the second one is the seedy flophouse. It's not to say that there aren't other buildings in the area, but these are the most interesting ones. These are the ones that are going to have the most interesting things happen to them, right? So then we're going to go to the got a tavern generator. A flophouse is a tavern, right? Basically. So we're going to roll a d20 for our flophouse. But really, a flophouse is where people just go to sleep. And, there's interesting histories of flophouses. If you've never read them. And we got a 3. So we got a 3. We got the dog and then we're going to roll again. The dog and 13. The Dog and Dragon. The Dog and Dragon Flophouse, and it is known for, roll one more time, 10, Thieves Guild Spies. So we're going to write that down for our Flophouse. The Dog and Dragon, known for its connection to the Thieves Guild. We'll look up flop houses in a sec to see if what I think about they are is what they are. We want to do the menu. Nah, we don't have any other shops in town. We just have an NPC witch and warlock, so we can just go to the NPC generation. NPCs. For our witch and warlock, and this is on page 125. And again, we're rolling a d20. We get a 6. Our witch has braided hair. Got an 18. Speaks loudly. And finally, 1. And is hiding a fugitive. So that's all we know about our NPC warlock. We don't really know anything about them personality. We know that they have braided hair, hiding. What was the other one? Speaks loudly, braided hair, and hiding a fugitive. Speaks loudly. Why do they speak loudly? Because they're partially deaf and they don't know it? So kind of like me, I speak loudly because I don't realize I'm partially deaf sometimes. And they have braided hair and they're hiding a fugitive. We'll go up here. Roll a d12. I don't know why we picked a D12, Kelsey. I guess because we felt, 12 doesn't get enough love. We got a 4. And they're a human. I'm going to roll a D8. Got a 7. They are an elderly human. About personality, though. We just got names and stuff, but no personalities. So just we know they are an elderly human. How do we generate level? That's got to be I guess we use the renown table. So roll a D6 for that. And we get a 2. And 2 gives us locally known. Elderly human caster. So locally known, well, first level to second level would be unknown. 3 through 5 would be, kind of known. So I'd say, let's say they're a third level. Third level elderly human caster with braided hair who speaks loudly because they are partially deaf and do not know it. And they're hiding a fugitive. Who's our fugitive? How do we figure that out? Let's see. Who is our fugitive? I guess we'll go to the same thing. Who is our fugitive? And this is the D20 table on page 124. It's going back to the random dice generator, rolling a D20. You get a 4. 4 gives us that they have a beauty mark. They do 19. They swagger. They swagger. They're really like, hey, what swaggering means it's like, yeah, I'm very proud of something I did. Look at me. I walk in and I own the guy, And 16. And they're in love with the bartender. Okay, so we know that they have a beauty mark. They do card tricks, and they're in love with the bartender. And we're going to roll a 2d4. I would have liked these tables to be a little bit more, linear, all the same dice. So 2 and a 3. So they are a bartender who's in love with another bartender. Bartender with a beauty mark who does card tricks and is very prideful, in love with another bartender. What are they a fugitive for? What are they? We have that. Can we figure out that one on? Oh, we'll just use secret. And that's a D12. And we get 5. They're in debt to the Thieves Guild. Okay, now we're getting a story. We're getting a bigger story. They are a fugitive from the Thieves Guild. So they're hiding out with this witch and warlock because they're a fugitive from a Thieves Guild, but they're in love with a bartender. And we know that the CD Flophouse has connections to the Thieves Guild. So look, we already got a connection. There we go. We got a whole story. Now let's give our human warlock a name. We're going to roll a D20 again. And we get 12. 12 gives us Jin. Jin. And then we get the last name. Jin, we got a 9 and a 3. Jin Martos. Jin Martos. Jin Martos. That's our Jin Martos. Jin Martos. Jin, not Jim. And what is our fugitive's name? Maybe that's Jin's son or daughter. Let's see. And our fugitive. Well, we didn't. What is our fugitive? We didn't do their ancestry. They are a human. Okay. D20. You got a 16. Remmy. And Remy's last name? Same table. Got double ones. Uran. Uran? IRAN. Iron. Iron something. Roll that again. Ironson, Iron Maker. 11. Smithson, Ironton. Ironton? Remmy Ironton? I'll just make him Remmy Martos, and he's Jin's kid. And that's why Jin the warlock or witch is hiding him. Remmy Martos is a bartender with a beauty mark who does card tricks and is very prideful, swaggering. They're in love with another bartender, but unfortunately they're a fugitive from the Thieves Guild. And building number 2 is our seedy flop house, the Dog and Dragon, which is known for its connection to the Thieves Guild. And there you go. Now, obviously, there's more stuff in our slum besides that. Those are just the 2 most interesting buildings for the first run through as we build Fresno using these random generation tables. So day 1, area 1, we got our slums. We got a general idea of how the Shadowdark tables work. We spent 18 minutes. Hopefully you appreciate this. I want to continue our exploration of solo Shadowdark building. It should be fun to get our town and dungeon all running up by the end of the month, hopefully. And I'll post this all at the end of the month in a Substack or something, if that's what you're interested in. Now here's that song again, because it's just so perfect. I don't know how it got it so perfect, but just listen to the words. It is the song of Fresno, Nevada.
Sunsets blazing in the rear view, dusty roads that never end. Highways whisper tales of fortune, ghost towns round another bend. Tanks half empty, but I'm rolling, chasing dreams I'll never know. In this hard land, I've been searching for a place to call my own.